what is this mumbling in the rumor mill about Spider-Man 3, Mitch? What's the internet saying?
Oh, I can't. I couldn't find exactly where it came from. It seemed just to come out of nowhere, but some people have talked about it, and it's more to do with the shooting schedule of this Spider movie being like 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't take 6 months to shoot one movie,
right?
So there's a theory going around that it's going to be split into two, and one's going to be the more legal side of it, picking up from Far From Home. And the other one's going to be the multiverse stuff, which, and at the same time, I think they would have announced that at the Investors Day if that was the case, because it would be a bit late now to change that this late into production.
Right.
But on the flip side, if you go back to an old Deadline article when the whole thing with Spider-Man was sorted out, I think it was back then, they said they're developing Spider-Man 3 and 4. So, could they be doing both back-to-back, like an Infinity War and Endgame? Could they really be splitting it down the middle like that? Or is it just a case of, there is a pandemic going on, we kind of have to factor in for unpredictability, so let's just have this stuff for 6 months, and if we don't need it, hey.
Right. That is sort of a thing. I mean, the thing is, though, like, it makes sense with how much we're hearing about it. If you wanted to split it up and guarantee yourself more and sort of get into that ahead of it, and like you said, there is the mention of 3 and 4 from Deadline, which makes sense. It would honestly benefit everybody, because then you don't have to shove everything into 2 hours, which Sony, they do not do 2.3 hours. So if you were to split it down the middle and introduce the Spidey characters at the end, and then it leaves off building up the fourth movie technically is just multiversing with Doctor Strange somehow connecting to it. It's like, yeah, that would make sense though. That does make sense.
So there's a lot of reason to believe that other side of this argument, to be honest.
There is.
So there's a lot of evidence for it. There's a lot of evidence against it, or there's a lot of like, why would it be that way? There's clearly just this against it. So it'll be interesting if it is, because no matter what they do with this movie, I can't see them getting away with everything being squeaky clean.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh no, he's just now after her, because no, you're gonna need another movie to resolve that.
Mm-hmm. You need a lot of time to resolve some of these elements. So.
Especially since that set pictures are saying like Mysterio's a hero, so
yeah,
that's people still aren't believing that. So that's going to be interesting to see how that one pans out. But hey, if it is one movie of Spider-Man as a courtroom drama, I'm here for it. I'm all here for that. I mean, go completely buck wild with it.
That would kind of be cool, honestly. And then maybe throughout the movie, you pop in these elements that sort of tease the multiverse, and at the end of it, it's like, oh yeah, no, it all converged while you were freaking occupied doing your courtroom stuff. Yeah, it's. I mean, it would work and gives them more time with Spider-Man and everything. But on the other hand of it, you're like, you think of that, and that's it's a risky way to take Spider-Man. Like, it's. Again, Spider-Man's not Avengers, and remember, Justice League was going to do it as well. They were going to do part 1 and 2, and it's doing a 2-parter is hard. Like, it's hard to sell to people. So,
especially for one character, I think it'd be
right.
I think it'd be a bit odd. But at the same time, I got full faith they could pull it off at this point. I mean, if it's literally just a year apart, and if it is true, which I'd honestly say there's probably more likely that Daredevil is in Spider-Man 3 than it's actually been the thing. But
if it was a 2-parter, then I think every rumor we heard about would be like, yeah, that's probably true then. All right, it's, it could work.
Yeah, so this one's clear. Like, clearly Toby's going to be in the first movie because we've seen set pictures of him. Clearly Andrew's going to be in the second because we've seen nothing of him yet.
Yep.
And everything we've heard is from the Maguire movies. Just, wait and you'll get the amazing people back.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, it'll be like that. But I don't know. It's just a fun little thing that's been going around. It's like, do I believe that? I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
I haven't landed on it. At this point, with how they're playing Phase 4, I would not be shocked, because you can go, hey, start of Phase 5 is Spider-Man 4. Find out how this he now kicks off everything, and yada yada yada.
Yeah, you find all that out. Plus, we can now toss in Venom and whatever else we have developed because it gives us more time to plan it out. And it's not all conversion to 1 2-hour film. Instead, it's 4 hours across 2 films. Like, there is something to be said there, and I can see why. And like you said, I've seen the thing online. I'm like, it's interesting, and yeah, they are shooting for a long period of time.
I say that's the biggest thing. It is a long period of time. So, and whether it could just purely be they're covering their own back.
Yeah,
isn't it? The 2 weeks of that they take off over the holidays, well, they took off. So there's 2 weeks of that 6 months gone. And obviously they are going. I say obviously they are filming in a lot of different places.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got travel time, you've got setup time. So 6 months, yeah. Possibly. I can't remember how long Far From Home took to shoot. I don't think it was 6 months.
Oh, hell no.
A lot of time. That is a lot of time.
I believe it started in like end of June, and they were done by September. So like, I mean, Far From Home was
3 months.
Quick. Yeah,
so literally half of the time.
Right.
So there you go. Half the time for one movie, and they went all over the place for that. And this one being 6 months.
And they're shooting majority of it in Atlanta on a closed set as well. It's like, that's...
It is weird. And we know they've been like location jumping as well before they got to Atlanta. So.
And also Sony just at CES revealed that their stagecraft technology, that they have their own now. Like, I don't know if you saw that. It's not quite Mandalorian level. Like, they have flat panels that they slide into place. It's not like a giant dome, but it's also it's like Sony revealed that. They said they started using it. Are they using that for Spider-Man with Marvel Studios?
I'd assume so, yeah.
Yeah, because that's pretty big. That would be very helpful then to not have to move from Atlanta, which is where they're at. So,
Sony panels are really damn good.
Yeah,
they're really damn good.
Yeah, they are.
They just announced their new OLEDs are going to be the brightest OLED you can get, which thank God.
Yeah,
OLEDs are so dark.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, the blacks are black. It's like, yeah, because you can't see a damn thing.
Yeah, because you can't see anything. It just goes dead pixel almost looking. You're like, oh, wow, all right.
So it'll be interesting to see how that turns out. Because I can't imagine they wouldn't be using that for this movie.
Yeah.
It's just that 6 month thing that gets to me. It's like, there's multiple reasons for that. And making it 2 films, I could absolutely see being the case.
Yeah.
But I'm a bit like, I'm believing it. But then again, as I was answering my own question, they wouldn't have announced it at the Investors Day thing because they didn't talk about Spider-Man anyway, because it is a Sony movie. The majority of it is a Sony movie, so they never announced them at Comic-Con either, so...
Exactly. I mean, I guess we just gotta wait for Sony to officially announce something, and let's be real, Morbius delayed into October. Venom is getting delayed. That's Venom is getting delayed because that can't possibly come out when they wanted to if Morbius got delayed. We're probably on the off chance that Spider-Man is getting delayed as well, just because of this whole thing. So it's like...
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked.
I mean, we keep hearing, like, Disney's ready to delay Black Widow again. Oh!
Yeah, Twitch chat was like, Black Widow's delayed, and I'm like, what? Again, while we're recording, that's different. It's not afterwards. But I can't find anything, so...
It will be, so...
If they can't keep delaying it. They just can't.
That's where we're at.